we're back again. This time, as you can tell by the way I'm dressed, we're comparing convertibles that are identical, yet, as always, completely different.
I'm standing in front of a BMW 135i, and it is ridiculously expensive at nearly $47,000.
And I'm standing in front of a Volvo C70 T5 convertible, which is extremely affordable at nearly $47,000. So what better way to see which car is better than a good old-fashioned American topless drag race? You ready, Nathan?
Let's go!
Let's go, let's go. All right, come on, let's go.
You know, the interesting thing about it is that both vehicles are priced about the same with features. But what's amazing is how different they really are. This is a front-engine, rear-drive, 6-cylinder, twin-turbocharged car. And this car with over 300 horsepower will blow the doors off of that Volvo.
So while Nathan maybe has an additional turbo, an additional cylinder, and a couple more gears, well, I've got all that Volvo safety. So this car has 75 less horsepower, but when you're cruising in the sunshine, it's not about power, it's about being in the wide open spaces. And my car, of course, has a hardtop, which means that when the weather turns nasty, it's comfortable, it's safe, and it's secure. Okay, Nathan, to see which car is better, let's take him on an identical loop, toplessly, of course, to see which car is better. But we have a photographer, so one of us has to sit in the back seat. How do we figure out who?
Rock, paper, scissors.
Okay, rock, paper, scissors it is. Ready?
Okay, ready.
Yeah. One, two, three.
Go.
I can't drive it like that, man. All the way back. All right, let's take this bad boy for a ride.
It's like water torture.
Obviously, I couldn't let Nathan stay back there because I want to demonstrate to you that while this car is bigger than the 1 Series, it's no place for somebody who's maybe 10 years or older. It really is only a 2-seater, and sometimes if you have a short drive, you can put people in the back. You happy to be up front, Nathan?
Yeah, I'm happy to be up front. And you know, when I had this car, I was able to get my kids in the back seat, but and comfortably. But that's about it.
Well, let's take it for a ride.
Yeah, let's go.
I have to tell you, I like this car a lot. The downside, of course, is that it's front-wheel drive, and when you pump about 227 horsepower into the front wheels, you inevitably get torque steer, and it's got torque steer. On the plus side, Volvo, I think, has some of the best seats in the car business, and, you know, I could easily go to sleep. Not that I'm going to go to sleep right now, but these are extremely comfortable seats. In fact, it's an extremely comfortable car. I feel like I fit well in here. You know, I'm 6'2", and there's no issue with headroom, even with the top up. And I have to say, I think this car has one of the best radios. In the business, and when you're cruising with the top down, the radio is crucial. All right, Nathan, what's your impression of the Volvo?
It's not a performance car. It's a nice car to drive quickly. Not a whole lot of steering response, but it sticks pretty good. A little bit of torque steer. Good engine response. Good power. A much heavier car. That metal roof, it's got to fold and go somewhere. It goes in the trunk. You got extra weight over the tail. It's going to make for a different driving experience, especially with a front-wheel drive car. But one thing that's really great about the structure of this Volvo is the fact that there's very little cowl shake. You're not seeing this shake back and forth. You're not hearing it. It's great. It's smooth. It's well made.
It's not about performance, because if I want performance, I'm going to get a hardtop, which is going to have much more structural rigidity. You know, if I'm going to get a convertible, I want to have fun. And I'm having a pretty good time. Agreed?
Well, yeah, especially because I can let my hair just dance in the wind.
Well, that was a ride in the Volvo. Now we're going to do the identical loop in the 1 Series and see how this compares to the Volvo. Here we go. I'm going to move it back. Tell me when you're feeling uncomfortable.
Now?
Okay, now I'm going to try to get it and drive the car with Nathan at his most comfortable-ish. Here I go.
Can you even fit?
Yeah, last time I drove a car like this, I was in a Trabant in Eastern Europe. So this would be the driving position that me and Nathan would have to take in the 1 Series. This is a completely different beast. Small, thick steering wheel, tiny car, at least it feels tiny, that loves to go fast. I mean, this is the kind of car that you'd want to take out on a special day when you really want to go and have some fun in the mountains. But if you want to go for a cruise, I think the Volvo would be the better choice. It'd be hard to justify spending the same amount of money for this car, and I'm not going to compare it to the Volvo, I'm going to compare it to a 3 Series, which you can get for the same amount of money. That's the real question. Why would you spend more money on a 1 Series that has a lot less room than you would potentially for a 3 Series? Alright Nathan, so compare this car, the 1 Series, to the Volvo.
There's no comparison. This is a sports car. It's a lot faster. They put a lot of engine in a very, very short wheelbase. This 6-cylinder is the best turbocharged 6-cylinder ever made. It's that good. And the only thing is that it's the same thing with Roman. We both agree. Why would you want to spend the money on this car where you could get pretty much the same car but bigger, more comfortable, and handles just as well with the 335?
For me, it's kind of a right brain versus left brain thing, depending on what side of the bed you wake up on, if you want to cruise or if you want to have fun. What's the best solution, Nathan?
Both cars.
That's right, $94,000 gets you both cars. I'm Mica, reporting for TFLcar.com.